The Wisconsin Badgers pulled off another victory here in the Big Ten tournament. They beat the Northwestern Wildcats 70-61. Let's break this game down. Beginning of the game, Wisconsin, slow start. They go down 21-10. Really, it was just tough guarded Boo Buie. Boo Buie had 16 of the first 21 points for Northwestern. And you could clearly see Wisconsin, with missing Chucky Hepburn, there was going to be a little bit of a difference defensively with the way they guarded Boo Buie. Hepburn's the team's best defender. He is really good when it comes to fighting ball screens, going over the top. He's good when it comes to on-ball defense and good when it comes to jumping passing lanes. Hence his team leading and second in the Big Ten, leading 2.1 steals per game. But Hepburn, a lower body injury today. Found out about 30 minutes before tip-off that Hepburn was not going to play, and so Wisconsin had to adjust. Meant more minutes for John Blackwell, who earned the start. Kamari McGee played a little bit more. Max Klesmit handled some point guard roles, and so you see, a couple of other players kind of stepping up. But it was tough guarding Boo Buie, who, it was either you gave him a little too much space early on, or he was fighting. He was coming off ball screens and hitting threes. A good start for Boo Buie. But then came the Badgers, 18-2 run over a 6-minute stretch from around 10:59 to 4, so a 7-minute stretch. An 18-2 run near the end of the first half put the Badgers back on top. A.J. Storr was important throughout that run, ended up with 13 points in the first half, ended with the game with 30 points, but we'll get to the second half in a minute. But that 18-2 run was really instrumental. Wisconsin was able to not only play good defense and kind of take away from Boo Buie when he was on the court and then take advantage when he was off the court. They played good defense throughout that whole stretch, and they were able to convert it into offense. That was the most important part after a slow start where they shot 1 of 7. Then from there, second half, Wisconsin held on to the lead. They were able to consistently, keep Northwestern at bay despite Northwestern pushing, making it, a 2-point game or a 3-point game, a 5-point game. Northwestern was in there, but Wisconsin was able to ultimately hold them off, fend them off, win 70-61. A.J. Storr is the big headliner in this one. 30 points, a career high, 10 of 16 shooting. And there was a key difference. He started the game 1 for 4, trying to attack a lot, but not getting foul calls, missing a few layups and things like that. And so he ultimately went off 2 feet a ton more. That led to 9 of 12 the rest of the way, had 3 3-pointers in the second half. Really was just scoring whenever Wisconsin needed him to kind of get a bucket. So overall, it was a strong game for A.J. Storr. His 30 points were absolutely important on a day where Wisconsin didn't have Chucky Hepburn. You don't have your facilitator, hurts your offense a little bit more. So Storr, great game from him. Maybe the best game of his career in a very, very important stage. Stephen Crowell, though, continues to play extremely well here in Minnesota. Yesterday, 17 points on 7 of 8 shooting, hit all 3 of his 3-pointers. Today, 19 points, 8 of 12 shooting, 3 for 5 from deep. He's really finding the range from deep and more confident in shooting the ball. We know he can shoot the ball, but he's shot with more volume here in Minnesota, in Minneapolis in the Big Ten tournament, and that's led to Wisconsin having some more offensive success. Seeing him be a little bit more aggressive, throughout this range, I think he himself is kind of learning to play with a little bit more aggressiveness, and that's kind of helped Wisconsin on the offensive end, especially without one of their threats in Chucky Hepburn playing. Defensively, though, they did a pretty good job. I know Boo Buie had 29 points, was pretty efficient from the field, 9 of 15, had 7 3-pointers. But elsewhere, Wisconsin was really good. The whole other part of Northwestern's team shot 1 of 12 from 3. Brooks Barnheiser, 3 of 15, and then their third leading scorer, 3 of 10. So you look at those two guys combined, 6 of 25 from the field. That was a really good defensive effort from the Badgers overall. That ultimately led them to making the Big Ten tournament semifinals. Tomorrow, they'll play at 12 p.m. They play the Purdue Boilermakers. That one's going to be a tough one because Wisconsin, they've lost now twice to Purdue this year, but they're playing at a better rate. They're shooting the 3-ball really well, shot 45.5% from 3 today, 10 of 22. If they can hit threes, they're going to be able to beat Purdue. But they haven't been able to hit threes in the 2 matchups that they faced Purdue this season. We'll see if that changes tomorrow. If they do, they'll punch their ticket to the Big Ten tournament final on Sunday. We'll see what happens, but appreciate all of you guys for following along. Stay tuned for all of the content over on Bucky's Fifth Quarter. We'll catch you guys next time.